bomb got dropped upon us all, and the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown, we'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. The leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Oh, we know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from.
Hello everyone, this is the Nameless One, and today we will be continuing the Lost Memories Second Chances campaign. I have here with me today Nez, Fiction, Ellis, Cold, Wind. I think that's everybody that made it.
Yep.
For those of you that are tuning in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. Of course, be sure to check out my new covers. We've got some more on the way, as well as a major project in the works. That project will be remaining a secret for the time being, but you should definitely subscribe if you want to see more about it. Outside of that, let's go ahead and get started with the recap.
Yeah, I gotcha. Especially since it's been about 6 weeks. This game is just cursed in scheduling.
Unfortunately.
Isn't every game?
Basically, last session, we got chased into the Everfree Forest by the hunter. We needed to kind of figure out what to do. Basically, we knew there were zebras here, which is kind of why Pyre directed us to the location. We decided it would be better for us to leave the forest rather than find the zebras. If we find them, great, but priority was leaving. Well, we were traveling around, Force was screwing with our senses, and then we ran into some poison joke. That was fun. We each got affected by various things. Eventually, we broke away from the area because, well, standing here isn't going to help. And basically, we ended up finding a castle. We ended up going into the castle. Thankfully, it had a magic circle that removed the poison joke effects. And we were able to get Emerald to rush over it enough to get the effect to be removed without destroying said circle. Continuing on, we started investigating the area. Let's see, what did we find? Found a couple of bedrooms, bathrooms, broom closet. There's a guard room, nothing of note in there. There were also some stairs down and up. We left Emerald and Nebula at the top of the stairs, which was a good idea because there was a massive spell circle in the bottom. With a lot of magical crystals as well. Ran into some crystals that seemed to have skeletal pony faces inside of them. Geargrease had to be dragged away from touching them again. Kept looking around, found some bodies with some masks and I believe they were glasses. Looking around, seeing different things. There were crystals there. Didn't really know what to make of them. And then we found a partially dissected hunter. It had been reinforced with metal, a lot of gemstones. So kind of explains why it's so fucking tough. Pyre got a good drawing of it, which she intends on getting to the other hunters as soon as possible, as well as informing them that there's probably more than one out there. Essentially, to do some common sense, this was basically a spell spawn factory. Not sure which ones, but obviously the hunter was one of them. Brass Gear was eventually able to kind of determine that the defenses of the place had been deactivated and worn down due to time. And then, kind of figured out that the big room was a mega spell. Basically a self-destruct of we do not want our secrets getting out. And then we find out that Emerald went off and doing his own thing because he got bored. Okay, can't blame him. He went upstairs to go explore on his own. He felt compelled to go to one of the rooms at the end of the hall, specifically the one at the end of the hall. He went in, and he was bombarded by the minds of thousands of people, and a distinct impression of being here before. And that is where we left off.
I am in trouble.
Yes, you are.
Nameless, rubbing his hands together evilly.
A little too dramatic.
Yeah. I was about to say.
I was like, possible. I'm like, what?
Still too dramatic.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite the vibe. At least I hope it's not. Oh, this one again.
This one will work. So, DM has cleared the morning mouth. I've been waiting this whole time for meds to kick in so that I could do that. So, for the group, when you head upstairs, Emerald is sitting in a trance. Everybody roll me a perception except for Emerald.
Oh man, why not?
Oh, right. I need to change that over, don't I?
But do I need... apparently I need to do it too. Damn it.
No, I needed to change mine so I can't see.
Okay, so Winda's here. Wind, you may still be muted.
Indeed he
They
is.
are. They have been muted the whole time.
I'm gonna give it a minute so that Wind can load in and roll perception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's rolling now.
Oh.
Okay, we get lovely spectrum there.
Mm-hmm.
So, for Gear Grease, room is just really spooky and you can't put a hoof on why. For Brass and Pyre, you can hear a faint whispering as if there's a group of people having a conversation that you can't see, but you're unable to make out anything distinct. For Ivory, you can hear the sounds of the whispering as well, except you can make out indistinct words. King and Prince seem to be repeated fairly frequently.
I'll pass on in a hushed tone what I hear.
I'm just listening.
That's not the first time he's been referred to as Prince, or assuming they're referencing him as Prince. I guess I kind of like very carefully approach Emerald.
So, Emerald,
Uh-huh.
as you were staring, I don't remember if you were looking at anything off the top of my head, but as you were in this trance-like state, you start to remember bits and pieces that don't make sense. They're kind of clashing with the memories that you already have. You remember there was a time that you were here, and you remember there being lessons on magic. You remember there being others like you? Individuals that, you remember there being more ponies? Lots of unicorns, primarily. And everybody avoided you for some reason. But that these individuals that were also unicorns like you were also equally avoided.
Tough crowd.
You do feel the urge, though, to start walking as if there's almost somebody pulling you in a direction towards a pair of large double doors at the far end of the room.
Alright. I'll get up and walk over slowly.
Once you get to the doors, it takes a little bit of effort, but you are able to open them. And on the other side is an insanely complex-looking magical circle. It is currently inert, but something... You're very familiar with it. Roll me... Do you have common sense?
No.
Is this the party that has no common sense?
No, I have
Yes.
common sense.
I think every party has common sense that I'm in. You always ask that if this party doesn't have it, but I feel like everyone...
There's at least one party that I have that does not have common sense. That's a
Maybe
Grish
that's
party.
Tuesday.
That's a 5e party.
Okay.
So roll me an intelligence check
Okay.
at a -2.
Oh, I failed by 2 then.
Okay. So this place is familiar to you, but you can't quite place why or from when. The spell circle, despite seeming entirely alien, is also familiar, but it doesn't match anything that you know of equestrian magic from your magic lessons. Magic lessons that you are now realizing were not from a magical kindergarten,
Okay.
despite you remembering being in a magical kindergarten.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna sit there staring at the circle for a while. Before I look around the room more.
There's the remains of what seems to have been at one point research papers and books. Most of them are unintelligible from age. The ones that are intact enough for something to be read off of it are written in a language that looks like it does not belong here. In a text that spirals and twists across the page rather than simply a line as you're used to it.
I guess I just stare at one of the squiggly texts and poke it. I guess it just keeps going, right?
Well, it's not actually actively moving, if that's what you're asking. It's
more like a... Yeah.
It's written in a spiral pattern.
Oh. Well, I thought it was one of those cursed shape-changing text tomes or something, but nah. Okay. Yeah, that's confusing. I don't know what to make of that.
The spell circle as well follows very similar meandering spiral patterns that at first glance seem very haphazard. With the normal precision required for spellcasting, This just seems to kind of laugh in the face of that and go, I don't need that.
I guess I'm gonna can I like grab the like spiral texts? Like, can I just like pick those up?
The papers? Yeah.
Yeah, the papers. I think I'm gonna grab a couple of those and just like compare them to like the spell circle. I can't read any of this, but I'm wondering if it's like similar.
The text and the runes are similar, yes.
Hmm. Well, this is gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna like take some and deal with a bunch of these papers and like deal with that later. Did you say there was some that I could read?
No.
No. Okay.
But
Yeah, I'm just gonna take what.
The script that it is written in does seem somehow oddly familiar.
Yeah, I'm gonna take as much of that as I can. That is still like legible that I can. And then I guess, is there like another door I can go through?
Yes, there is a smaller single door at the far end of the room.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look in there.
Everybody that is not Emerald, roll a fright check at a -4.
Given I have, what's it called? Give me a sec. Unfazable. Do I have the same penalty?
Yes. It will just change your reaction.
You said -6?
4.
4.
-4. Okay, thank you. -4. Right.
I'm spooked.
Who all has Unfaceable? Is it
I do.
just Pyre, or does Ivory have something similar?
Nope.
Okay. So for Brass, Ivory, and Geargrease, you have suddenly had the fear of God struck in you.
Oh no.
And for Pyre, this is the most uncomfortable sensation you have ever experienced. You know it is fear, but it's not your fear.
I'm just gonna start backing away.
Your companions are currently shitting themselves, except for Emerald. For Emerald, you feel a sense of familiarity as you look into the small room. It's very sparsely furnished, except for a small altar in the center. And on that altar is something that you could sort of describe as some sort of effigy, except it doesn't seem to keep any one shape. And none of the shapes make any sense.
Is there like a plaque or something?
There is not anything that could tell you what's going on.
Okay. I just kind of like stare at this thing. Like, is it like in a loop? Like, is it repeating itself? Or is it just constantly new shapes?
It is shapes that appear that look like they shouldn't be physically possible, that then fold in on themselves to reveal new ones.
But it's not like in a loop. It's not like going through them over and over.
Nope. It seems to pull out new and more fantastical shapes every time.
I don't have curious, but I'm tempted to touch it. I think I'm gonna go touch it.
When you touch it, immediately the world just kind of falls away from you. Why does it keep moving this window over there? Give me just a sec. I know which one I'm looking for. I just gotta find it. In the field of identical thumbnails. Is it playing? Okay. You find yourself in a space of roiling chaos would be the word.
Okay.
There's things happening and stuff moving in the peripherals of your vision that every time you look towards it, it's indistinct. But you can see creatures taking shape, growing old and dying in rapid succession. Things that shouldn't exist, existing and then not. You can hear the sounds of speech, but it isn't speech. In fact, it's the very opposite. There's what feels like the death of 1,000 universes happening all at once, but also the birth. This place is very wrong, but somehow uncomfortably familiar. As you look around, you see the environment take shape into something a little more familiar to you, one that is almost comforting in this strange place, despite the fact that the images that you see are made up of hundreds of impossibilities happening within each other. You see a scene where you recognize yourself and several others whose faces are much more indistinct than yours, sitting in a row of desks, which really, it feels as if this is the magical kindergarten. This has to be the magical kindergarten. But the person standing at the head of what it appears to be a class is not somebody that you recognize, but at the same time you do. And all at once you feel a rush of memories of names for this individual. The two that really stick out in the mess kind of feel a bit odd. One is father and the other is teacher.
Ah, yes.
Roll me a quick intelligence check.
Okay. More failure.
Try as you might, you do not remember actually what the face of your parents look like. You remember that you're supposed to have them, aren't you?
Everyone has parents. Like, I should have parents, right? I guess I'm gonna look into the class at what should be me, and then I'm gonna step a bit closer and wave out in front of them, if I can see if they can see me.
They do not seem to be able to see you. This almost seems to be more of a frozen collage of the past. Diorama would be the appropriate word, actually. My bad.
Okay. I'm gonna try again for a couple seconds, but then I'm gonna stop, look around a little bit, and I'm gonna look down at myself. Am I still me?
You appear to still be you. But somehow,
Okay.
you being you feels uncomfortable.
I'm not supposed to be me.
You feel incomplete. You remember you have a purpose, but you don't remember what that purpose is.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna like sit down on the floor, and I think I'm gonna look at what Father Teacher is doing. Is he just like teaching the class, or
He
Like-
seems to be, as you like look at it, the impossibilities coalesce into what appears to be a spell of some sort. One that is easily one that you can tell is far too advanced for the time and place that you're in.
so like an old world spell?
Most definitely.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna like stare at the spell then.
No matter how long you stare at it, it is no more or less comprehensible than it was before.
Can I at least memorize it?
Not from a spell effect.
No, I just meant like the shape of it. Like I didn't say remember. I said memorize. I don't expect myself to know what this does.
The shape isn't really anything specific per se. It's just
Okay.
something that shows more power and oomph than anything in the modern day.
Okay. Got it. I I don't know what to do with that. Is there like can I recognize anyone else in the room? Like, are there like doors to leave or like?
You're currently not in a room,
Oh,
but if you want, you can try to closer inspect some of the individuals that are around you.
yeah, sure.
Roll me a perception -3.
Okay, can do. Nope.
The faces are indistinct, but you are able to tell that there's 13 of them, including yourself. And on top of that, something about them is familiar, and not just because not just the old familiarity that you've been feeling about everything else. Like, you feel like you've seen some of them recently.
Oh.
But it's not something that you can quite place a hoof on where.
Yeah.
What do?
I feel like Emerald is confused and uncomfortable, and he's gonna leave the room. If is there or well, it's not a room. You said like he's just gonna like walk away from this scene that doesn't make sense.
As you do that, it melts us back into the impossibilities that seem to be swirling around you. And the further away you walk from it, the more it returns to the room that you were originally in, until eventually you're standing back in the room with the spell circle.
Okay. Uh, I think I'm going to step towards the spell circle, look at it again, like a bit more closely, and then step into the center of it? I don't know. Honestly, this feels like a cutscene to me.
Give me just a second. I have already lost the original music I was using, so I'm just gonna click a random one and hope that it's not overly dramatic.
Yeah.
The timing that you took to lose that was a world record, Nameless.
I mean, I just think it just didn't loop.
No, it was I was switching music.
Okay.
So, when you step into the circle, somehow in a way that feels very unintuitive, and it seems to flare to life in reaction to you. And while it doesn't seem like it's fulfilling its original purpose, you do feel a jolt to your body that feels very familiar in a uncomfortable manner. I need to turn this down a bit. There we go. Roll me a will -5.
More dice to fail, yay. Crit fail.
Your anti-magic thing has now progressed 2 levels. I don't remember how many levels it can go up, but whatever it was at, it is now 2 levels higher.
I think that's close to max. Okay. Alright. Thanks for that. Is the circle still glowing?
No, as soon as it does that, it dies back down.
I don't know what to make of that.
There were other rooms within the castle, by the way, that you could explore. At this point, you don't feel particularly drawn to any, but you do still feel that air of uncomfortable familiarity.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just gonna, wander around, set a few doors ajar, peek inside, until, something jumps out to me, I guess.
Does the group follow? The fear wears off as soon as the door for the idol room is closed.
Wait, are they following me as I'm doing all this? I thought it was comatose.
You're in a trance.
Yeah, when you opened the door with the statue in it, they were close enough to see it happening, and that is why they were affected with the fear. Because they came to find you.
Yeah, we will be following. Her is very concerned.
I will also
Okay.
note that you guys feel highly uncomfortable, especially Pyre getting anywhere near Emerald right now.
It's kind of like the same feeling when touching him.
The feeling the best way to describe it is it's almost as if there's no longer an emerald there. There's just an empty space shaped like emerald. And the closer you get, the more it feels like you're being drawn into it. However,
Okay.
no
go ahead.
matter how hard you try, you will not be able to describe this feeling.
Alright. Kind of as he's starting to explore Pyre's, kind of, while still following, starting to fall back more and more.
Excuse me. All right. I'm sorry. What are we doing?
At the moment we are following Emerald.
Yeah.
Almost not close, but close.
Yeah, sorry. I just got done eating a sandwich.
So I think I'm alone, right?
You're aware of your companions being there, but they're kind of a secondary thing at the moment.
Okay, so I'm aware, but I don't care. Got it.
As you are poking your way through the rooms, you do come to one that it looks 1/2 medical room, 1/2 torture room.
Okay.
Roll me an intelligence +2.
Am I gonna roll some good dice today? No.
No, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, we failed those.
Yeah.
Second critical fail in a row.
We don't succeed here.
Success is
Apparently
the
not.
Do not pass go, do not collect $100.
Apparently today is just the day that Emerald goes no.
Yeah.
So you remember sensations of pain and sensations of relief, and both of them are feeling contradictory, and you just kind of feel uncomfortable now.
I think Emerald has been uncomfortable this entire time.
More so.
Yeah, more so. I'm gonna back out of this room. I don't like this. I really don't know what to do now, because it's like there's not a lot. I'm not sure what I should be doing in this situation. 'Cause it's like I don't understand what's happening at all.
As you continue your explorations of the area, you do come to a door. It is a fairly large single door, covered in various of the same, various scripts of the same flowing variety.
Mm-hmm.
And seemingly entirely independent of everything else, you know you are not allowed in there. You don't remember why you're not allowed in there. You don't remember who told you you're not allowed in there. You just remember you're not allowed.
I'm just gonna stare at the door, trying to remember for a little while.
Roll an intelligence -3.
Okay.
This is an attempt to recall if you cannot tell.
Oh, I remember something, finally.
Father said so.
Okay.
For
Father said
unknown
no.
reasons.
What do we see?
You guys see the same door. The script on the door seems to be moving as if it's alive. And it is... You can tell it's some sort of written language, but Lord knows what the hell it is. You're kind of afraid to get too close to read it because it looks like it might bite.
Okay. Father said no, so I'm not going in there. I'm gonna give one last look at the door in like its script, and I'm just gonna move on, I guess.
Hey, Pyre?
Yep.
Does this character have the traits that I think it does?
Curious and impulsive.
Is that saying yes?
More or less, yeah.
I want to roll curious as well.
I was about to ask you the same thing because I was thinking was the two.
Oh no.
Oh, curious.
Do we just
Oh
roll
my.
a blank or at a disadvantage?
Brass, do you also have curious?
No.
Okay, then yes, you just roll your curious check.
Should have. What did I roll?
Let's go! We failed!
Yes, both of you failed.
Okay. Guess we're gonna approach the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk toward the door too.
I'm just gonna
roll
sit there and
me
observe.
a perception check.
What's up?
Are you Emerald?
No, I was asking what you said.
Yeah, I missed that too. Sorry, I was reading.
I need you to roll me a perception check, Emerald.
Okay, I was double checking mana damper, and apparently only goes up to 3. So does it go up to 3, or do I have it at an illegal 4 now?
You have an
Also, I do.
illegal 4 because story things.
Hooray.
Hey, so you do not notice your companions going to open the door that Father said not to.
Okay.
So, for the others, the door opens easily and silently. When you guys look inside, at one point this was a study. Almost everything in the study has been upended and thrown around the room except for the bookshelves, one of which is standing open, like a door.
Go into the room, kind of look around a little bit, see
Roll
what's there
me
before.
a will -5 to enter that door.
Okay.
That will
Oh.
-5. Ooh. Come on, heart of the dice, guide me.
Success.
Okay.
Failure.
So Gurgris,
Do I want to go?
you basically shit your pants and leave, because whatever's in there, you do not want to see it. You don't know what it is. You just know you're not allowed to see it. It's illegal.
Just like Emerald.
Pyre, there is something trying very hard to prevent you from going in there, but you managed to hold it together. Wait a minute. Oh yes, you do. Okay, I misread that for a sec. I was like, wait, math, what is it? Anyways, you do manage to enter the room.
Alright. Like I said, kinda look around a little bit, see what's there before going to the bookshelf to see what's in there.
There's not really much of note within the study anymore. Most of it has either been destroyed, or it looks like somebody may have taken it at some point. And when you step into the hidden room, this has to be the single most complex spell circle you have ever seen. The spell circle is not just incorporating the floor, but the ceiling and the walls are also a part of it. And somehow, impossibly, despite being etched into the floor and ceiling and walls, it all seems to be moving.
Maybe.
It also appears to have at one point been activated and fulfilled its purpose. There are also dozens of skeletons laying around the room. More than you care to count.
Anything distinctive about the skeletons?
They are all unicorns. And all of them seem to have been blackened.
Common sense tells me it would probably be a very bad idea to try touching anything. Kind of, after looking at it for a little bit, I will, kind of very slowly back out, and then just kind of leave the office. I had no clue what I saw in there, and I don't know if I want to remember.
This place is enough not to remember.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
Who,
All right.
Maybe we should go.
for
Where'd
Emerald,
Here too.
you come across a room with a pair of large double doors. And they're slightly ajar, and when you peek inside, this room has yet another spell circle. Kind of a common theme, given that this is a former work area for the Equestrian monarchy.
Yeah.
This one is very distinctly shaped, and it has actually, upon further inspection, appears to be a series of spell circles. One central spell circle attached to 13 smaller ones.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look around, you open a door further within the room, and the room beyond it is less of a room and more of a chute to a pit in the floor. That even now, you can smell something that can only be described as the stench of death. You're not entirely sure if the stench is real or if it's a memory, but it feels real enough to tell you that that's where the failures went. You don't know why you know that, You don't know if anybody ever told you that. But you do know that's where the failures went.
I'm going to stand there for a bit, psyching myself up, and I'm gonna slowly like enter. And I'm gonna like peek in.
The light here is very dim, but you are able to see several skulls at the bottom of the chute. They have long since decayed to the point of being nothing more than skeletons. Which makes you feel that the scent is less real and more memory. But all of them are unicorn skulls that you can see.
Hey. I guess I'll back away then. That's all I needed. Emerald is having a day.
I mean, I would too if everything I thought I knew started to come undone around me.
Yeah.
So what do? It seems that you have found the majority of the rooms. The vast majority of the rooms seem to be either various forms of storage and faculties for whoever was living here and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think Emerald is done here for today. He's not going downstairs, obviously, because like that's a bad idea. So I think he's just gonna go outside and just like sit. I don't know.
Is he still in the trance?
No.
Okay, so he's come out of this trance.
The group does see him go outside, though.
Please tell me the spell circle is still intact.
Intact enough.
Okay.
It does react negatively to his presence, but it doesn't just explode.
Yeah, I don't think I'm sprinting over it this time, so that's probably not. It's probably not very happy with me.
Yeah, probably not.
But surprisingly, it does seem to hold it together, unlike a lot of other things that would have not done that.
It's almost like there's a reason for that.
Okay, Pyre is gonna kind of like look at the group and then follow Emerald out.
Ivry follow out, I suppose.
Raz will
I will be
too.
following.
Where's Nebula?
Nebula followed everybody outside and has taken up a position as far as physically possible without going in the forest from Emerald.
I kind of, given how uncomfortable I'm feeling, I still want to, comfort Emerald. So I just kind of, slowly approach him and then kind of put my hoof on his shoulder.
Roll a will -3.
Nope.
You are unable to keep your hoof on Emerald. It is it's too much.
how exactly do I feel? It's not like painful or anything.
It's hard to describe. You know there is something deeply fundamentally and horribly wrong here, but you don't know what or how to describe it. You couldn't even begin to come up with the words on just what this feeling is and why it is wrong.
Fire just kind of pulls her hoof back. I don't necessarily know what you saw in there, but that couldn't have been pleasant.
Do I recognize I'm being spoken to?
That's up to you.
Emerald doesn't respond, or even acknowledge your presence. He's just sort of sitting there, staring out into the woods, not really moving that much.
Pyre kind of stays as close as she can for as long as she can before saying, I don't know what happened in there, but there's just something wrong, and it's gotten worse. I gotta... And she just kind of almost bolts over to where Nebula is and just basically starts dry heaving.
I will note for the Pegasi and Earth Ponies that the feeling is not as bad, but the closer you get, the worse it gets, and you will make the same will saving throw with a -2 to physically touch Emerald.
I'm just curious. I have to do it. I'm going to touch Emerald just because. I want to see what happens.
While you are able to maintain contact, it is the most uncomfortable you have ever felt in your entire existence.
Ugh. I don't know what went on with all that, but something's definitely changed. And it's affecting those two over there worse than me. I don't know if it'll affect whoever our other gear and the others. But I don't know.
I feel
Ivory
like
will go and step up to Emerald, kind of in front of him, face to face, and is going to try and grab and shake him out of the stupor that he's in.
You will need to make the will -2.
Will -2.
Yep.
Okay. Come on, Iron Will, Ivory.
yeah.
You are still supremely uncomfortable, but you are able to make contact with Ivory and maintain it. Or not Ivory, Emerald.
Yeah, Ivory will try to give Emerald a shake. Go, Emerald, you in there? Hello? Something is wrong here, and I need you to snap out of it.
I feel like Emerald's going to notice you shaking him, and he's just going to turn to you and just sort of try and I don't know how to describe it. I'm losing the words right now, but he's gonna knock your like hoof back like off of him. Like you're just trying to like get your hooves off him, so you stop shaking him.
Ivory's going to try and like hold on and kind of shake him harder. Almost at the point where like the slap to get someone out of something, but I'm not doing that yet. Just shaking him harder.
Ivory's whole mentality has to be, if you don't succeed the first time, try again.
Yeah, you definitely have Emerald's attention now that you're like continuing to shake him and not letting it go. So you're just gonna like stare at you, like, what do you want?
What's happening? What did you see in there? Why is this feeling suddenly so much worse? What's going on? Speak to us. Talk to us.
I don't know. I'm not sure of anything anymore.
Do you want to describe what happened? I offer.
It's like, it's really hard to describe. It's familiar, but unknown. It's contradictory. I almost remember, but then I don't, and none of it makes any sense.
I'm gonna point at him and say, can you try?
Roll me an intelligence check.
No modifiers?
No modifiers.
Okay, I actually passed something now.
So you're not able to really make sense of the memories, but you do remember something.
Mm-hmm.
You do have some semblance of control over what's happening right now, but specifically with your, for lack of a better word, ability.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to want to tame it. And you know that it's only a band-aid solution for a long-term problem.
So I'm just realizing I can mess with it now. So I guess I'm just gonna start like playing with it a little.
The main thing that you can do is lessen the effect for everyone around you.
Okay.
The way that we're going to do this is we're going to treat it as a will check. And the worse your emotional state, the bigger the penalty.
Oh no.
Yes, I know it's not exactly how it works in the book, but we're doing it this way because story.
Wait, no.
Okay. At the moment, it's just out of reach on trying to control it. You know, you kind of just went through a whole hell of a lot. You feel as if, given some time, you probably could get it under control, but that's asking a bit much right now.
Really don't. Like, you want me to explain it, but I don't even know what's happening. I'm just trying to figure this out right now. It's too much.
There is suddenly a notebook and paper in front of you, and you see the cartoonish air marks of somebody running away, and you hear Pyre kind of yell out, "When you got a chance, write it down. Might help."
Okay.
Sorry about the excess noise. I thought voice mod was connected to my pencil.
Emerald,
Your
would
mic quality is a little bad there.
would you like to
I mean, we
make?
understood some of it.
Would you like to make another attempt to recall something?
Was that just intelligence again, or?
Yeah.
I think that cut out, but I've heard a Y. That's by 2.
So, you remember there being a time where you were a monster hunter, not a spawn hunter,
Yeah.
but somehow this doesn't make sense. It's almost like you are recalling someone else's memories, but you do know that they are yours somehow, impossibly. I am going to ask, would we like to keep this session a little short, given just how much information we just dumped on top of Nez?
I'm good either way.
Yeah.
We also have
I'd say yes.
we also have a couple of players down for the count. One of them we just kind of used to having down, but the other one should be here next time. Hopefully.
Yeah.
And I
Fingers crossed.
probably won't be. I know my schedule's clear.
That and Ellis's audio quality seems to be getting worse every time he speaks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
fair
don't know
enough.
how you managed to pull off ham radio.
What
So, I guess with the majority saying that they would like to keep it shorter, we're going to go ahead and pin it here. We should be back again next week. I am probably going to look into potentially finding another party member for this group so that we have a little less of a spotty schedule. But until then, be sure to check out Heart of Darkness next week, and we will also be...
Heart of Darkness.
King's Fall, thank you. And not next week, tomorrow. We will also probably be doing a rival stream afterwards, and then for those of you interested in it, I should, by the end of, if not the end of this month, the end of next month, have a new cover out. Until then, I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon, and don't forget to drink water.
Hydrate.
Hydrate or hydrate.
Hydrate.
Well, the bomb got dropped upon us all, and the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown. We'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Oh, we know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from.